Hello everybody, here we are again with another Dragon Ball Legends video. So we got the data download for the LF Future Gohan unit, which is scheduled to drop tonight. Now we're going to be looking at a stat real quick compared to the yellow Gogeta Blue, which also did come out very recently since they're both yellow LFs. I did look over some of the details and stuff, and this celebration quote unquote looks pretty decent. Nothing really great, but I think it's nice. Probably better than the last one we had in terms of content, quote unquote, but we'll go ahead and check it out. So Gogeta Blue at 7 star here, for example, he would have 232k strike, 142k strike defense, 226k blast attack, and 141k blast defense. So his stats are pretty decent there. Now if we go over here to Future Gohan, let's see. Sorry, then I should have said this up at a time. So his stats are 270k strike, 153k strike defense, 206k blast defense, and 149k blast defense. Oh, blast attack for the first one. My apologies. So if you look at their stats side by side, for example, Gogeta Blue definitely has higher strike attack and blast attack, so stats are definitely a little low, especially the blast attack being only 206k. That's something you do definitely have to consider. His strike attack is decent, but he's a melee unit. I feel like his stats should be a little higher. His defenses aren't stellar, but they're good. He does have more health though, from what I noticed. He does 2.21 million health. I believe Gogeta had 1.9 million before I close out the tab, but well, it's too late now. So let's go ahead and take a look at what he does. So his main ability, he draws the ultimate arts card, Explosive Dance. He restores ki by 50. He gains the attribute upgrade minus 100% to sustain damage cut for 10 timer counts. And then he seals enemy special move and special arts. They can't be used for 10 timer counts, and then 25 timer counts must elapse to activate this. So overall, pretty decent main ability. Has some disruption in there. Getting rid of sustained damage is pretty nice, and overall restoring ki is nice. The one thing is that maybe you could have gotten like card draw speed here, but maybe that would have been too much. I haven't seen his whole kit yet, of course. I've seen a little bit, but overall this is a pretty decent main ability. I do like it. The disruption is probably actually the ki restoration is probably the best part of it. I haven't seen what his ult does yet, but the disruption could be very helpful. He does give extra drops to the 2-in-1 event, which I guess now we know that as extra drops now. Pretty cool. Alright, Battle for Hope. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. He gets 25% to damage inflicted by allies for 15 timer counts. He gives himself 45% damage inflicted, which cannot be cancelled, and up to 90%. So the second time he switches in, he'll have that full 90% damage inflicted, which is always pretty nice. He increases arts card draw speed by 1 level, cannot be stacked, which is why he probably doesn't get it on the main ability. Already having 1 is enough. Can't be cancelled, but it can't be stacked, of course. And then he applies the following effects to self if there is a defeated battle member. He draws the special arts card, which activates twice. He nullifies unfavorable element factors for 15 timer counts, and that activates twice. So basically when he comes in, or if he's changing cover, if there's a dead enemy, he does become type neutral. He could get up to 90% damage reduction. Well, that would be insane. He can get up to 90% damage inflicted, and along with the extra, and then adding onto that an extra 25% to all allies. So overall, pretty decent. Very good actually, considering that he does have the arts card draw speed, and if you are able to pop his main, he is able to get the actual 50 ki. Along with that, his green card could also restore ki. So his second unique, Unbreakable Will. The following effects occur when changing cover. He nullifies enemy blast arts attacks, activates during assist, and then randomly destroys 2 enemy cards. So he does have a special cover change. Again, that could be negated by Jiren or the yellow Gogeta Blue himself, but having a special cover change is nice. There's not a lot of units who special cover change against blast like compared to strike. I believe it's Bardock and Vegeta Blue. Now this guy, now randomly destroying 2 cards is also great. It's that battles effect that definitely is another way to disrupt combos. Hybrid Saiyan probably needed a unit like this. Same with Future, I feel like more of a disruptive type unit. And then right here, so when the following effects occur when enemy attack is over, he gets 25% damage inflicted by allies for 20 counts. He reduces damage received by 30%, can't be cancelled, and activates once. And then restores health by 40% only once when it reaches 0. So even if he gets like tap attack, this activates right here. So he will be able to get a 30% just standalone damage cut, which isn't really anything special. I kind of don't like when they just throw that on units, because it kind of like, it's there, but you know, there's like units like him who get minus 100% to sustain damage cut. There's so many units do that, and especially, even though it can't be cancelled, it's like, you know, I'm sure you guys know what I mean. And then restores own health by 40% once when it reaches 0. So 40% is a pretty decent amount of health, considering he does have a decently high health stat. So that's basically endurance, of course. So he does able to get endurance that can be nullified, of course. I believe there's no endurance that can't be nullified in the game. That would be pretty good. So continuing on here, his strike, he restores vanishing gauge by 10% upon activation, which is nice considering he's a melee type unit. So especially if you're able to get that draw, what's it called? Arts called draw speed in there, restoring ki. He could definitely be a combo monster for sure. The thing is that he looks insane on paper. Like, all these details are pretty good. But the thing is, stats are gimped. You could tell his stats are gimped. Like 217k strike compared to, you know, Gogeta Blue 236k or something like that. You know, Vegeta Blue around the same thing. For example, you know, 2 recent LF units that are also basically strike based. Gogeta is more so balanced, but you guys get the point. He does a lot of other like disruption type things. So maybe, I think he's probably a little better than what people are thinking from what I've seen on Twitter and stuff. Because he's also, he's not really like, to me, he's kind of like a disruptive type unit with like defensive capabilities, but he could also do damage. It's like a well-rounded unit. I definitely like what they're doing here. But units and legends kind of have to be like busted basically to be good. A lot of times, like especially with Zenkais running around, it's to put themselves into a bad corner right there. Continuing on, his special move does massive impact. He gets 20% to damage inflicted upon activation for 15 counts. He also steals strike arts cards, and they cannot be used for time count. See, he's using a lot of disruption things, so that's going to be very annoying, especially since his cover change again does destroy 2 cards. And this is his special skill, his green card. So he again draws this green card when an enemy is down when he enters the battlefield, up to twice. So restores ki by 50, very good. That's actually pretty much what you want, because he'll have the arts card draw speed up. He nullifies own attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions for 20 counts, that's good. Reduces next damage received sustained by 30%. Cannot be stacked. This applies until enemy combos finish. So that'll go hand in hand with his other 30%. The 60% is nice if you're able to get the enemy attack off. And then he's able to basically, you know, bring out this. Say like you're getting comboed by him, like you get unlucky in the beginning of the match, and then you switch out to someone, and then so you're finding like a Kefla and Vegeta Blue when they die, you know, and then this Gohan comes back in or something. He'll have that 30%, you can pop this green card, he'll be tapped nullification. It's like a rare occasion, but you know, it happens sometimes. Legends is legends, you know. Another thing, he also gets 20% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. Overall, I do like this green card. A very, very good green card. In terms of the abilities it provides, it does a lot of things. The only thing is that, like, it's not like, you know, broken green card like your White Goku. I want to say it's broken. It's not like one of the best green cards in the game, but it's a very good green card. So his ultimates go, he deals massive impact. Then he gets 40% damage inflicted for 30 timer counts. He nullifies endurance. And then additional 20% to ultimate damage when own remaining health is 50% or below. Oh god, a sneeze come up. Yikes. And then he gets blast arm on this, so pretty good. So he basically counters himself with the endurance nullification, which again, there's like billions of units who do endurance nullification. It's useful to have, but you know, there's like a billion units who nullifies that too. This arts card, it has a 100% chance to seal an enemy card at random on hit, and it cannot be used for red time accounts. Again, more disruption. So this is interesting. So he starts off with future based strike, attack, and defense, pretty decent. And as you go up the line, I'm sure like only like very small amount of people will have him here. So let's go look at his Zenkai 3 ability. Not Zenkai 3, his Z ability 3. He has 32% to future and hybrid Saiyan, strike attack and defense, and then an additional 15% to the blast defense if they're in both tags. So Gohan and the Trunks basically are the two who benefit from this. There's a pretty good Z ability. The second part is a little limited though. But you know, it'll basically help this future Gohan and the Trunks the most. Which again, this is another hint towards that blue Trunks possibly getting a Zenkai next week. We'll see. That's, you know, looking far into the future. Overall, this Gohan's a pretty good unit. I definitely want to see gameplay of him before I give any final thoughts on him. The big concern for him is, of course, you know, LF Super Saiyan 2 Gohan's running around. He does have that type nullification, but you know, an enemy has to be dead. So if you get unlucky with him, like near the beginning of the battle, it's kind of, yeah. This guy definitely is a good last man standing, however. So if you need like a last man standing type unit, this guy is pretty good to fit that role. Again, he's a Legends Limited character. It's not like he's. I just don't feel like looking at the stats and then what he does. It's all really good on paper, but I feel like in game it might not be as impressive, or maybe we're underrating him and he's going to be really good. We'll have to wait and see, of course. Okay, he does have, you know, Zenkai buff from the yellow Goku Black as well. So we're going to look at 21 right here. If we take a look at our stats at 6-star, for example, I can't click it apparently. Okay. 200k strike, 211k blast, 138k defenses, more or less. Decent stats, not the greatest. Pretty good though. Main ability, she draws the Ultimate Arts card, Excellent Buffet. She restores health by 25% and ki by 60, very good. She increases Arts card draw speed by 1 for 30 counts, and she gets +1 to the amount of special cover chains can be used. Overall, very good main ability. Restoring health is also very helpful. Restoring ki, of course. Basically, just the basics you want. Arts card draw speed, ki, restoring health. Basically, the three big things I feel like a main ability should usually get. She also gets that +1 to special cover chains, and we're actually going to take a look at that right here. So she applies the following effects herself when this character enters the battlefield. She changes strike to blast, 60% to damage inflicted, which cannot be stacked, reduces damage received by 30%, and then -5 to blast arts cost. And then she gets 10% blast damage inflicted, every time another battle member is hit with a strike, blast, or special move arts, up to 50%. So she has that Rage Trunks type ability at the end there. Overall, getting a lot here. Changing strikes to blast is pretty good, considering, of course, she is, I believe, a range type, correct? Let me double check here. She is a range type, so of course she wants to be blast based, considering as well that her blast attack, I should get my charger actually. Her blast attack is higher than her strike, of course. And let's take a look right here. Overall, if you give me a second to grab my charger, yeah, your boy's not doing too good today. So if we take a look here at her second main ability, once I plug in my phone. I'm more scared of seeing someone I love get hurt. Receive 0 damage when changing cover for the first time. Activates during assist. Pretty good. I mean, receiving no damage. I feel like that's pretty good, right? You let me know, guys. And then she gets +2 to substitution count when activated. Again, she can get 2 of those because she can get it from her main ability. Applies the following effects to self when at least one allied character is defeated. 30% to damage inflicted can't be cancelled, and applies attribute upgrade shorten substitution count by 2, so that'll basically either negate that special cover chain she has, or give her an 8 substitution count, which is pretty good. I feel like this is definitely a well-rounded main ability, and it helps each other out as a unit. She knows what she wants to do, and she does it well, basically, is what I'm saying. It's all really, it meshes well together, really. Like a unit like Future Gohan, who does a lot of separate things. I wouldn't say they don't necessarily mesh well together, because I feel like with his green card restoring key is probably very important to his kit, because he does draw that green card, and he does have that arch card draw speed. But back to 18. Her strikes does nothing. Her blast, 15% to special move inflicted, damage inflicted for 15 timer counts upon activation. Her special move is the Kamehameha, major impact, 20% to damage inflicted for 15 counts upon activation. Her special skill is the Solar Flare, as we saw in the actual trailer. The following, its range actually, oh, it reaches the whole, okay, that's cool. Inflicts enemies with flash, draws a special move arts next, activates twice, restores ki by 50 so she could use the arts card, and then she gets 15% damage inflicted by all allies actually for 20 timer counts. Pretty good. Her ultimate skill, she deals massive impact damage. The following effects occur to her according to the number of battle members upon activation. When there's 3, 40% of damage inflicted for 3 counts. When there's 2 battle members, 50% of damage inflicted for 3 counts. And inflicts all enemies with no switching for 3 timer counts. 1 battle member, 70% damage to ultimate damage inflicted. And then, again, no switching for 3 timer counts. Overall, very, very good ultimate, I'd say. She definitely also wants to be kind of like the last man standing type unit from here, just from looking at the details of what she's doing for sure. Especially this ultimate basically screaming, you know, both these units kind of want an enemy annihilated. That's pretty sad, but you know, it's pretty good. The no switching is definitely like the best part right here. The no switching is pretty oppressive. Her arts card, if we go ahead and take a look at it, blast arts that restore own ki by 5 when used, which is very good considering she does minus the cost of her blasts by 5. So her blast arts are basically going to be costing what, like 15? That's insane. That's pretty good. 30% attack, android, or tag regeneration, strike attack, and strike and blast attack, and then 15% to girls based blast defense during battle. Pretty good. Not a bad main Z ability. Pretty good. Overall, she's a very good unit. I see people thinking that she's better than Future Gohan. I don't want to necessarily say no, because she's a very well-rounded unit. And a lot of her teams, I feel like, could definitely... They don't need a green, but they could use a green, I guess you could say. Maybe not Android specifically, but I feel like... Or Regen, but like, if you don't have like Zenkai 7 units or shit like that, you know, this... And you want a good 21, like a sub option, there you go, you know. Well, not 21 specifically, green. So now we're going to move on and take a look at the Zenkai for the blue 18. We're going to compare them back and forth right here. So a full 14 star, her strike attack 262k, 253k for blast attack, a strike defense 187k, and blast defense 187k. Very good stats. Zenkai unit. Not the greatest thing ever, but she's a free-to-play Zenkai. Right here. And it's funny because her stats, even as a free-to-play Zenkai, is just better than Future Gohan, for example, who's a Legends Limited, mind you. But the Zenkai unit, so like, so her main ability before, 20% damage inflicted for 60 counts, applies minus 30% to enemy sustained damage cuts for 60 counts and 10 timer counts must elapse. Now it gives 30% to damage inflicted to herself, cannot be cancelled, reduces damage by 20%, applies the attribute upgrade minus 30% to sustained damage cut to allies for 60 timer counts, 10 timer counts must elapse. So overall this changed from 60 counts, 20% to permanent can't be cancelled, and 30%. She reduces damage received now, and then that basically is the same, the attribute upgrade part. And again, still 10 timer counts must elapse. Destructive Android. 20% to damage inflicted by allies when 20 timer counts when this character enters the battlefield. And then all those buffs to the specific tags. If there's any changes I notice, I'll point them out specifically. I don't want to read every single one of them. Now, still the 20% to damage inflicted by all allies when for 20 timer counts when this character enters the battlefield. She now restores ally ki by 25 when this character switches to standby. Very important. Very, very good. And now that's basically it. Everything else is the same. The only thing that changed is, well, there's the quotations around that now, but the only thing that changed about this unique ability is a 25 ki. Very good change. I didn't really expect him to change anything else. Maybe the timer counts, but adding the ki I feel like is a good way to not make her broken, but make her still very good. Brilliant Mind. Every time she uses an arts card, she inflicted with 15% damage received, and then minus 15% to health restoration for 15 counts. Now, it's the same thing for 20 counts instead, and so the first one didn't change, still 15 for 20 actually, so it did change. The timer counts changed to 20. The damage received stayed the same, but the health restoration went down to minus 20% health restoration. Good change, and nothing really like super good. Oh, these are her new I'm done. So this is her adept unique ability. Shrewd Tactics. Applies the following effects to all allies when this character is defeated. Restores health by 20%. Applies buff effect, nullify abnormal conditions once, and increases Dragon Balls by 2. Basically a blue Vegeta, the purple blue Vegeta. That's basically what she's doing, which is pretty good. She better than the I think she's better than the blue purple Vegeta actually. That's funny. But yeah, that's a very good thing to have, especially for a support type unit. The health I feel like is really good, but the most important thing is the Dragon Ball. Increasing Dragon Balls like that. Very, very nice. Battlefield Domination. The following effects occur when from the battle start for 60 counts. 20% special move damage inflicted by Tag Android. 50% damage inflicted by Regeneration. And then increases own arts card draw speed by 1. A level cannot be cancelled. That's good. So she's going to be able to do damage herself. But her main thing is the support. Keep in mind, she's gonna, like, what she's gonna do with that green 21, even the purple 21. The purple 21 is not the best anymore, but if she gets the Zenkai, you know. Ooh. But the green 21, like, that's why the green 21 might be better than the Future Gohan if we go back into, like, looking all three units together. Because she has this 21, which is very good. And the amount of buffs she's giving her is basically steroids. 21 is gonna be like more buff than Android 16 or like Jiren or some shit. She's gonna be out here. No more strike, no more blast. Photon wave destroys enemy special move arts. That's basically the same. Okay, no, she changed it from special arts and special move arts. Pretty good. Let's see, before she drew one card on hit, -5 to strike and blast arts cost, and then could combo to strike, blast, and special arts. Now she gets randomly draws one new card. Now she restores ki by 40. Very, very good. Very, very, very good. That's exactly what I wanted from this. And then the same -5 to strike and blast arts card for 15 counts now. And it could be comboed again into blast, strike, and special arts. Again, you can't combo to the actual blue card because the blue card is one of those AoE type things. Normal right there. So her Zenkai ability is blue and Android. And then, again, it's the same, that nothing really else. This 21's very good. She's definitely a very, very good support. What we really wanted from her was just increase her support abilities. Maybe, you know, increase her damage itself a little bit. And now she's become a very nice, well-rounded unit for free-to-play units. Gonna be very excited to use her, for sure. Again, her now moving in past the character details and moving into the actual events. So right here it does have EXP and Zenny 2 until the 25th. And if we take a look here, basically, yeah, that's basically really it. There is 2 challenge battles right here, which will unlock tonight, actually. Perfect. They're not locked or anything. 150 in total from there. The bonus battle, again, right there. Okay, pretty good. There are, again, extra drop characters right here. So if we take a look here, that's which Gohan is that? I don't know which Gohan that is, but we'll see in game. It's not loading. So again, Rising Soul Boost, Super Soul Boost, and then Z Power Boost. Again, remember Future Gohan is also another character in here who does. Oh, it's Future Gohan. I'm dumb. Okay, that's pretty good. And we are getting a raid with 17, another Extreme Clash raid. Thank you, God. We need more CC, especially for free-to-play players. For free-to-play players, they are struggling with these 4 LFs in the span of like 60 days. Is there anything else I want to review before? Let's go ahead. Let's look at the equip first, and then we're going to talk about the banner itself. So gold equipments. This could be used for Hybrid Saiyans and future characters. So again, Future Gohan and Trunks. Strike defense up to 15%, blast defense up to 18%, base blast. Okay. Then special move damage up to 10% and ultimate damage up to 10%. So it's literally for this Future Gohan, handmade for him. It was showing B, but whatever. This Trunks could use it too. This Trunks could use it. They have ultimates. Yeah, that's basically it. Pretty much. And this, I guess this yellow Future Gohan, if you're going to use them. Pretty good. Not a bad equip. Now let's move on to the banners. Okay, So we don't know exactly what each step 100% does yet, but from looking at it, it's going to be the same as Gogeta and Broly, but with the free multi at the end. So people are not happy about this, and I personally am not really happy about it. We'll look into it. So as you see right here, we're actually going to go ahead and change it to the desktop side because it might be easier to view all the featured units here. So if we take a look, we do have the LFs on the banner are Vegito, Piccolo, Vegito again, Gohan, and then of course the new Gohan. We do have good units like Goku Black, Yellow Cell, Emergency Mouse is pretty good still, Andrew 21 is decent, Saiyaman is still new, Bootenks is actual garbage, piece of shit unit. How could Bootenks be so goddamn good in Dokkan, but in Legends he's actual garbage? Trash! Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what... I have no idea what went in me. Okay, Gohan, you know, there's pretty... full power Super Saiyan for Goku. Finally! God, he's like never featured. See, that's probably good for some people, I guess. I mean, if you want to run GTs for some reason, Purple Vegeta, see, there's pretty decent options. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I'll keep scrolling. Battles right there, too. I'm going to scroll. Overall, pretty decent banner. Nothing really too spectacular. Well, I wouldn't say that. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good banner. Not the worst banner ever. I still feel like maybe don't go too deep. If like maybe like one whole rotation and that's it, and save your CC, because if they're gonna do a Legends Limited banner every single month, I feel like you kind of want to wait like 2 or 3 and then. Especially since the future Gohan doesn't... He looks good, but he's not really going to be the super most impressive thing. And it's not like his teams really need a yellow, for example. Same with 21. 21's good, but I feel like you might want to summon for 21 over Gohan. So again, it is 5k CC total, excluding the first step. You return to step 2 after the first step. You are able to get a guaranteed sparking ticket basically for every 100k. 1 KCC spent, and you do get a free multi. The free multi is nice. At the very least, they bring that back. You know, the actual rates for again, Gohan also has a. Speaking of rates, Gohan has a 0.5% rate on the actual banner itself. Pretty good. The ticket rates are the same. Now that's what's making people upset. The featured units basically are all the same rate, and the unfeatured units are all like a high rate. The good thing is that they included, I feel like they included more sparkings in here. Like for example, Rosie, full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. You know, Blue 18 is here too. You know, some sparkings that they don't really bring back too often. That I feel like people will definitely enjoy having. And that's basically all I want to say. If you guys do Juju summon, have fun. LF Piccolo's here, so if you want to get him to 7-star when you're summoning for this guy, sure, I guess. I mean, only time could tell. I might summon on this like during the weekend maybe, but you know, like especially if you play Dokkan on Legends, you kind of want to skip. I feel like this for like, for example, JP Dokkan 6-year anniversary. This is a skip compared to it. Yeah, that's basically all I'm gonna say. Thank you guys so much for watching till the end. Like, share, subscribe if you did enjoy the video, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.